I was driving my car earlier and a thought came to me. So I thought that I had to share this to someone, that maybe someone out there needs to hear this today. And the thought was, there is a great difference between what you want and what you actually need. There is a difference between what you want and what it's for you. And that's deep if you think about it, because what's for you will always reach you. What's for you will always find its way to you, will always find a way to come to you and to reach, what it needs to reach. And sometimes we are so convinced that something is for us, and we want something so desperately. I think the right word is desperately, because we act from a place of desperation, and we want something so much that maybe is not even for us, that maybe we don't need it, but we are so convinced. Our ego is so convinced about things. And then we experience something that makes us learn in the, strong way, in the suffering, in the pain. Because if something is not for us, sometimes it will show us that in the bad way, meaning that if something is not for us, it will be a painful experience. It will make you suffer. It will be hard time. It will be a very difficult period for you. Then I think there are so many different point of views on that, but like 90% of the time I had a bad time in my life. I had a very dark period of my life. I noticed that it's because I didn't trust my instincts. I didn't trust my intuition, my soul, my, spirit telling me that that thing was not for me. I only listened to my ego telling me, okay, yeah, I want that so much. I want that person so much. I want that situation so much that I will do everything, literally everything to get there. But then when you get there, you realize that it wasn't for you from the start, from the beginning, and then you simply hit your head in that situation and you hurt yourself emotionally. I mean, not physically, but you know what I mean, okay? Like, it's something that you learn the hard way if you don't listen to yourself, if you don't listen to your deeper parts that are always communicating with you. And yeah, I think that many times we learn that through the bad way, through the bad situation, through the bad ending. And I'm not blaming that part of our life, because we need harsh truths, we need harsh lessons. Sometimes it's necessary for our growth, for our evolution as a souls, as human beings. But at the same time, I learned that knowing earlier sometimes saves so much time. Knowing and feeling and listening to yourself earlier saves you so much time. And when you want something, when you really want something, it can be an achievement, it can be a person, it can be a thing. Think about it and reflect on, why do I want that so much? What is moving me? What is moving inside of me that wants that thing? Is it my ego, or is it my soul? Is it, my personality, or is it my true self, my spirit? Something deeper, something higher than simply my ego, my mind. And yeah, simply asking yourself this question can help you a lot, can solve a lot of problems, a lot of questions that we have. And doubts also, because some situations are very confusing. But yeah, the difference between wanting something and feeling something can be very subtle sometimes, and very often we can't really distinguish, we can't really separate what's our ego and what's our soul. But that's, the goal. That's, also the trial. That's the test, we can say, of this life, trying to learn to listen to the right voice and not to the conditioned voice, that voice that is, our ego, our mind, our trauma, our scars from the past, from our family, and from everything that influences us and makes us take bad decision, and also the wrong way. So yeah, this video was simply a reflection about that, because I think it's very important, and sometimes it's also very difficult to to choose, to decide, to see without being blinded, to see without feeling confused. And yeah, it's hard for everyone, but that's, life. And if we learn, if we work out, yeah, it's a sort of workout, because the more we exercise, the more we become confident in our choices, the more we know what we are doing before making the mistake, okay? Before we take a, a mistaken step, or a bad, step. And yeah, the goal is knowing before, feeling ourselves before, in order to not go through that hard, suffering, and painful part. I'm not saying that pain and suffering is useless, because sometimes we need to grow through suffering and through pain. But the more we grow, the more we evolve, we need to go beyond that. Yeah, we need to simply take a step forward and try to evolve, try to grow from joy, and from the right choices, and from the choices that come from our soul, and not from our ego. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and have a good day.